convicted during his sex trafficking allegations trial. Is it possible that President Donald Trump could grant Diddy a pardon? Tyrone Bowman live. Well, according to Indisputable with Dr. Richey, the headline reads, quote, Trump teases possible Diddy pardon amid disturbing allegations. Let's go to the video. Let's find out what the good doctor is talking about. And you all should subscribe to this channel like I have. I get a lot of good information from over there that's useful for a lot of people. All right, here we go.
Trump will possibly pardon Diddy. Man, this is, let's go to it, man. This is a hell of a thing. Here it is.
Once in 2012 that Diddy was a good friend of yours back then. He has since found himself in some very serious legal trouble. Would you ever consider pardoning him?
Well, nobody's asked. You had to be the one to ask, Peter, but nobody's asked. But I know people are thinking about it. I know they're thinking about it. I think some people have been very close to asking. First of all, I look at what's happening, and I haven't been watching it too closely, although it's certainly getting a lot of coverage. I haven't seen him. I haven't spoken to him in years. He used to really like me a lot, but I think when I ran for politics, he sort of, that relationship busted up. It's not a popularity contest, so I don't know. I would certainly look at the facts. If I think somebody was mistreated, whether they like me or don't like me, it wouldn't have any impact on me.
I'm tired of everybody asking me how to do this hack.
I have a slight cold, ladies and gentlemen. That's why I'm sniffing here.
Relationship busted up. It's not a popularity contest, so I don't know. I would certainly look at the facts. If I think somebody was mistreated, whether they like me or don't like me, it wouldn't have any impact on me.
Well, I mean, if Diddy gets him a plane, put it up full mass. Let me explain something to you that's not as obvious, but surely happened. The question that was posed was a planned question. I want us to start there. This was not all of a sudden, hey, let's ask him about Diddy today. Yeah, let's do that. Great question. No, because in that scenario, they control the Q&A, okay? It is not like it used to be. They control the Q&A, and the people that are not part of that control, they do not have access. So that is a question that was prepared for Trump. So why would you prepare that question that day? Because Trump is starting to create the seed of the narrative to pardon Diddy, yes, but to let Diddy's team know he is for sale. And this goes back to what Giuliani revealed in his conversation that he did not know was being recorded, or he did not know was going to be echoed by the person he was talking with, where he broke down the scheme. He said, hey, here's how it works. It's $1 million. I think it was $1 million per pardon is what Trump told him. If he get $1 million, and Trump was nice enough to give him a commission from the 1 million. Listen, man, this is all on tape. Giuliani said this, that he would get commission for the $1 million. And that's how Trump was paying Giuliani. Okay. Now, at all of the self-righteous jargon that comes from Fox News and the political right, notice how they never said anything about the morality, the ethics, and the culture that has been established by video evidence. Okay? So Trump may not be following the trial, but he damn sure follows Twitter. And that is enough. X today, obviously. But that is enough to understand the context. Okay. So, May 30th, Trump teased the possibility of adding Sean Diddy Combs to the list of people he would pardon, but only if he decides that Diddy's being mistreated by the justice system. Presidential pardons are often controversial, but Trump's comments still came as a surprise when he was asked about Diddy in the news conference. Now, to me, wasn't a surprise to me at all. Through the president, though the president said that the two have not seen or spoken to each other in years, they once ran in the same circles in the Hamptons in New York City. It wasn't just Diddy that Trump was close with back in that day. Celebrities, hip-hop stars, and business moguls like Trump all traveled in the same scene. Russell Simmons once enthused to New York Magazine that Donald has the best plane I have ever seen. Well, looks like he still likes planes, sir. Still his thing. Let's be very clear. So Trump says he hasn't been following it, doesn't know much about it, but for some reason he has enough information to tell you that no one has asked him yet, but I think they're very close to asking me. Wait a minute. What does that mean? You don't know anything about anything, but you do know that they're going to ask you. They're very close to asking you. Yeah. Okay. These guys, quote, these guys have done more respect than anything. Trump responded in the interview, referring to Russell and late hip-hop industry giant Andre Harrell, who has his own issues before he transitioned too. Quote, Russell knows the market, he sees the future, and that's the ultimate business person, he gushed. Brian Colt, a law professor at Michigan State University College of Law, recently told USA Today that Trump could pardon Combs and end his trial. These are federal charges against Combs, so that's the main limit. The matter has to be federal. It has to be criminal versus civil and related to something that's already been done. Quote, but the person doesn't have to even be charged yet or convicted. The Supreme Court has said preemptive pardons are okay. Now, let's be very clear. If that happens, and this is why jurisdictions do concurrent charges and prosecutions. If this was a concurrent case where both state and federal charges were affixed, similar to how Chauvin and the other cops were prosecuted, then the federal pardon threat is of no effect to the actual jail time or the conviction if you're able to successfully prosecute both cases. Just a note. All right. 50 Cent, however, got something to say about this.
Most people over 40 use ChatGPT like it's Google.
I don't know if 50 Cent and Diddy are friends anymore. Doesn't seem like it to me. You all be the judge of that.
That happens. And this is why jurisdictions do concurrent charges and prosecutions. If this was a concurrent case where both state and federal charges were affixed, similar to how Chauvin and the other cops were prosecuted, then the federal pardon threat is of no effect to the actual jail time or the conviction if you're able to successfully prosecute both cases. Just a note. All right. 50 Cent, however, got something to say about this. So 50 Cent is looking to give Trump his 2 cents about Sean Diddy Combs. In an Instagram post on May 30th, the club rapper said he'll reach out to Trump after the president said he will look at the facts in Combs' case, suggesting a pardon could be on the table. 50 Cent shared a clip of the president's comments in his post and wrote that Combs said some really bad things about Trump, adding that he will, quote, reach out to him so he knows how I feel about this guy, end quote. In a follow-up post, 50 Cent suggested Combs' past comments about Trump could prevent a potential pardon. Quote, Donald doesn't take well to disrespect and doesn't forget who chooses to go against him, he wrote. He also shared a screenshot of an article suggesting he was trying to nuke Combs' chances of a pardon, clarifying, quote, I didn't say I would nuke anything. I simply said I would make sure Trump is aware, end quote. 50 Cent's feud with Combs recently came up in the court with Capricorn Clark, Combs' former assistant, testifying that the embattled hip-hop mogul had an issue with him being 50. Now, it's really interesting. And BMF premieres coming up this weekend. Make sure you check it out. So the dynamic of 50 Cent getting involved, what 50 should probably do is just go ahead and get all the clips of Diddy being on record saying what he has said against Trump, put it on social media, that'll do it. Here's my actual issue, outside of the personal mess. We get fixated on these pardons, and somehow when one person's pardoned and they happen to be somebody that a group may have respect for, okay? All of a sudden, that should be the thing that justifies the antithetical policy nature of Donald Trump himself. No, quite the contrary. He's president of the United States and just says something that is grossly hypocritical, but it shows you that he doesn't give a damn about community, country, or the demographic that you serve or serve you. He said, if I feel they have been treated unfairly, I would do something. Now, I remember there was a Donald Trump a few years back who did say that black people have been given a raw deal as it relates to the criminal justice system. He said that, but he was in front of a crowd where it was friendly to say something like that years ago. Now, he's president of the United States today. He has full control today. He has cronies that would do illegal things for him today. They would definitely do the legal thing for him today. He's not going to fix the systemic problem. He will fix a personal problem of a personal individual that he personally knows or somebody that can personally enrich him. It is not about creating a cultural, systemic, societal, political, or policy change. And that becomes the distraction with these parties. So while, yes, he may have now offered in a way to pardon Diddy, what he has never offered to do is pardon us. And that's the problem. All right. Dear brother, thoughts here?
And I had to keep this thing on mute like the first 5 minutes that you was talking because I couldn't stop laughing because it's like, why not pardon Diddy at this point? I mean, this dude's pardoning spree is completely out of control. It's literally an auction. You come and you give me a couple $1 million or less than that, I'll get your husband out of jail. This dude's just pardoning reality TV show hosts like himself because don't forget, that's what Donald Trump is. He's a reality TV show star at the end of the day. And like you pointed out, he's like, if I feel like he's been wronged, like F your feelings, bro. Like you're supposed to make logical decisions based on the facts. You know, like I'm the president of the United States, but I don't know anything about anything happening anywhere in the world. Which, you know, I guess that's why we're supposed to be confident about you literally being the most powerful man on the planet. Diddy, the whole world been talking about this. Like, I don't know anything about it. I don't know, maybe not. When in reality, this was like the easiest question ever. Like, are you thinking about pardoning Diddy? No. You know what I'm saying? Like that's all you had to say. You could have stopped it there. Like, nah. Next question. Didn't even have to go into detail because we all know what's up with Diddy, especially you. But I mean, I don't. Why would he not pardon Diddy? If somebody on Diddy's team gives him a whole lot of money and Diddy got money, why wouldn't he do it? I mean, I won't be surprised if this happens at all. It'll be a massive miscarriage of justice, and no matter what, Diddy's legacy is trash, and ain't no bounce back for him. But I won't be surprised if this happens at all.
Yeah, and where is MAGA? MAGA, who made up fictional stories about Democratic politicians somehow being involved in sex trafficking rings. Where are you when a guy is literally being prosecuted for that with evidence from the federal government that your president currently presides over? Not a peep, not a word.
Just being up here.
This has been an interesting topic on tonight. In the comment section, I'd like to hear from you. Do you believe President Trump will pardon Sean Diddy Combs if he's convicted? Let me know what you think down in the comments section. Pro what? What's happening, pro what? I'm about to wrap up this segment over here, but I'd like to know what you all think in the thank you. Appreciate it, pro what? Thank you for subscribing. I'd like to know what you all think in the comments section about the possibility of Diddy getting a pardon. Do you think he's being treated unfairly? Do you think he's actually guilty of all the things that has been alleged against him? Well, you know he's guilty about the abuse toward Cassie Ventura because the video has been all over the world. And I think that the trial is going into its 3rd or 4th week, and they're probably just getting started, you know. Pro what you said, none of those females are victims. Talk to me about it. I'd like to hear your thoughts real quick. What do you believe is going on here? Is there a vendetta? Is this about revenge? Is this about money? Is this about them not getting contracts? What do you think it's about? I'd like to hear from you all in the comment section. Let me know either yes or no. And I personally believe that Sean Diddy Combs has done a lot of wrong to women. I don't believe there's any alleged in it. I believe he has. And there's something that's going on here with Mr. Combs. He's not completely innocent. And I don't believe everybody's lying. And the reason why, I'll tell you why I'm talking like this, because I'm a criminal justice major on the road to becoming a full-fledged lawyer. And I study well. And I examine facts. I don't deal with feelings. I deal with facts. I follow the trail. I pay attention to the clues. I listen to what people are not saying as opposed to what they're saying. And there is a lot of alleged evidence behind the scenes that the public really knows nothing about. Pardon me, y'all. I have a slight cold here. Pardon me. So I'm getting ready to leave this section for now. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for everyone who subscribed, and for those of you who will subscribe in the future. See you in the next video. Never surrender. Never quit. Wow. All right, Pro what? Okay, Gregory. As long as I see the comments rolling through the screen, I'll stay up here for a few minutes. You know, I do read my comments. I don't just like breeze by them. I actually pay attention to what people are saying. Gregory Calloway says Trump is playing the role of a disruptor. Oh, you want me to stay? All right, y'all keep talking. I'll try to find another video. Keep talking, everybody. I'll stay here for a little more, a little while longer. All right. We're on the road to getting 2,000 subscribers, ladies and gentlemen. We help a brother out by subscribing. I think we have 1,800 and something, and guilty might be pardoned. Benjamin Osborne. Okay, okay, that's a strong possibility. That is a strong possibility. Do you think this trial has been a fair trial, from what you've been reading and seeing? Thank you, No Name, for telling them to go subscribe. Appreciate that. Do you think that this has been a fair trial? And what about all the witnesses and people who have testified so far? What do you think of them? Do you believe that they're credible? I want to know your thoughts. It'd be interesting to find out. So I'll continue to read the comments as they come up. Now, I'm not an actor, my brother. I'm a broadcaster, commentator, and soon-to-be lawyer. That's my role in this life. I'm too busy trying to help people get out of the criminal justice system, not get into it. That's my call. This is what I do. You couldn't pay me to be an actor. I don't know anything about acting. I'm not good at acting. I'm just real. You know, I'm on the road to becoming a criminal justice reform advocate because I know too many people who are caught up in this system unjustly for petty crimes. You know, if you commit certain crimes, you have to pay for them. But crimes that are petty and that don't make any sense. Oh, man, please. Bro, I ain't doing nothing like that. My mother didn't raise me like that, man. My morals don't go that low. That's not the kid. So let me see. For those of you who are checking it out, there's a lot going on here with the Diddy trial. Why do you think it happened? Well, why do you think the feds raided his compound the way they did? But there's Trump isn't going to pardon Diddy, nor should he. Okay, all right then, I respect that. Isn't it, there's one key player that nobody talks about in the midst of all this. I don't know how people missed it, but I pay attention to the things that people don't pay attention to. What happened to the young white man that they arrested and they were holding? The one who was alleged to have had the drugs of all drugs. Whatever happened to him? You've never heard about him since then? You haven't seen him? You don't know if charges have been brought against him or not? He was on the compound along with Diddy's sons. If you go back and look at the early video, he was there. They had him in handcuffs as well. You haven't heard anything about him at all. Do you think the Diddy trial is somewhat on par with the R. Kelly trial that took place? Tactical 1975, Trump isn't going to pardon Diddy, nor should he. You know what? That's a good comment right there. That's a great comment. So this is why I like looking at the comment section. I like reading people's opinions, pro and con. I read them all. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I got to go for now because I got to take a break. Thank you for watching. Never surrender. Never quit.